want to talk a bit now about relationships with between foreigners and Filipinas. You know, my wife Jenny is a Filipina. She's from originally from Leyte, which is in the centre of the Philippines. It's an island. She comes from the country, like a province, and lived in Cebu for quite a long time. And anyway, we've been married for 5.5 years, and I knew Jenny for a number of years before we got married. So we've had a relationship for quite a while. And what brought this up was I was talking to one of my neighbours. He's just moved in, and he's got a Filipina that he's going to marry. He's engaged, and we were having a discussion, and we were talking about our experiences and all that. And he was saying that like his Filipina is not young. He's the same age as me. You know, I'm early 60s. He's the same, and he's looked a lot on YouTube with stories about Filipinas scamming guys. He doesn't have a lot of experience with the Philippines or with other women. He's had a couple of bad marriages, but he really cares about this woman, and he was talking about, you know, wanted to be sure that he wouldn't be scammed. He didn't want. He saw these people with these guys my age, older, even a lot older, with younger girls, and doesn't believe it'll last, and you know, believes there's a lot of scamming going on. But I spoke to him and I explained to him the difference in age. It's not a bad thing for a Filipina. A lot of them, they're more interested in being treated well, being with a mature person, someone who's mature, someone who will be faithful, someone who will take care of them, look after them, as well as help them to have a better life. You know, it's not just about money, but you know, when you've got some money, it makes your life more comfortable and better. So if they come from a background where they don't have much money, you should really get to know your Filipina well. You should go to visit. You should see them. You should talk to them over a long period of time. You should meet the family. You should meet the mum and dad and the brothers and sisters, and if they have kids, you should meet the kids, and you should get to know them and have your eyes open. You know, don't just go over there and get a hotel and have a 2-week holiday and say everything's wonderful when it's just a holiday and you really haven't got to know them that well, because you know you've had an artificial situation. Go to their home, spend time with the family, see their interactions, see how they are with the family, see how they are with the kids. You know, I've heard stories of guys going over and then turns out that the brother turned out to be the husband. You know, there are lots and lots of Filipinos that actually do go online to get support from foreigners. They do that, and they do that out of necessity, and I don't blame them for doing that, because they're trying to improve their life and trying to help their life, and there is no social security over there, and it's a tough life. So that's why it's up to you to be aware. You know, you need to be aware, you need to look around. And the thing is, Filipinos are very faithful. They're very family oriented. They're usually Catholic, and more often than not religious, but have a set of morals that were sort of around in the 60s, in the 50s and 60s. You know, that type, because the Philippines they are quite strict in their families. They're very strong family ties. They have lots of kids, and you know, family is really important. I mean, Jenny's been really good for me and my family, and bringing me and my family together better, bring us back together. And she loves family, loves kids, and most Filipinos do. So they can be a great partner, really good. But it's a number of things. You need to be sure before you start. And I'm going to have a couple of videos, I think, because it's a big issue, and I don't want to talk for too long about these things. But the age gap, it doesn't matter to them. They look past the age and they look to what the person's like. And even Jenny and myself, there's a big age gap between us. And when we first met, I thought she was too young for me, or I was too old for her. more like I was too old for her, but we actually got on very well, and she has a really good sense of humour, and she's clever. She's a hard worker, and I was attracted to her, but I kept telling myself she's too young. But as I got to know her better and better, I realised that she's great, and I shouldn't focus too much on the age. And once I let go of that, it was really good. And now, after all this time, we've got a great relationship. It's really good. It is really good, and I'm pretty sure it's going to last a long time. Even though no one can know whatever's going to be around the corner, but we have a good relationship. We are honest. We tell each other. We share everything. We talk about everything. There's not mine. There's not hers. I respect her upbringing, her likes, um, her culture. I respect all that, and she respects mine. And she's great. She's a great cook. She cooks lots and lots of Filipino food. She cooks a lot of Thai food and Indian and all different types. But I'm an Aussie, but I'm English background. We lived with my dad for a while, and he taught her how to make roasts, how to make apple pies, how to make Yorkshire puddings, and she's great at all that too. So good mothers, good wives, they can be really good. But have your eyes open, and make sure you look at everything, but be honest, and make sure they're being. Well, I don't know how you make sure they're being honest, but be sure about them before you commit to buying houses, buying land, all these different things, because it's always easy in hindsight, but open your eyes, keep your eyes open. Anyway, I'll be back with a bit more. This is part one. Talk to you soon. Bye.